Guys, today is the episode we've all been waiting for. Today we assemble our first RC16. Because this isn't the actual tutorial on how to install the kit for everybody that bought a kit, this is really our last production style mock-up, if you would. We finally got our kit fresh out of the molds, and we have to basically give it our stamp of approval in fiberglass before we can go to full realm of carbon fiber. So we have the fiberglass kit, we have our belly pan, our upper, our tank cover, our tail, all the pieces of the kit, including all of the 3D printed pieces that you can see here. We have a slew of parts. We will be building the exhaust in this episode as well. I've made a couple changes. We're on our third, fourth, fifth iteration now, but I think I have a vision of how it's supposed to look and how it'll work for the kit. So we get to do all of that today. Please join us. This is special. Grab tea, coffee, your favorite beverage, and a snack. Grab a seat, enjoy yourself while we take this beautiful hyper naked bike and we turn it into a full-fledged Moto GP replica. Let's get her stripped down. All right, we might be experts on this because we tore this thing down pretty quickly, but I have some bad news. If you look over on the left side of the bike, unfortunately, this was the Superduke that I wrecked. And I don't know if you guys can tell, but this radiator should basically have like a half moon contour to it. And if you look, this is almost flat. I hit this side so hard that it pushed the radiator in, and you actually can't tell, but the header is up against this housing. Look, the housing's actually up against the frame. So I don't know how this radiator's not even leaking, but unfortunately, it's not gonna fit with the kit. I'm gonna have to order another radiator, and then we'll have to do the install on the street kit, I guess, maybe another date, but we're not done, don't worry. We have Noir, so let's build the RC16 race bike. Oh, this is the moment we've all been waiting for. I'm so stoked. Here we go. Dude, it fits so good. Sick. Dude. Dude, it is like, it is real. Nothing even bolted down yet, guys. This is incredible. Grab it from underneath. Kind of squeeze them together, sandwich them.
Sick. That's so cool.
Never gets old, right? Yep, just push them down. All right, scratch that. That set of bodywork was a pre-production set, and now we have our first actual production set. You might look at me and notice I look like I've been working a lot harder than I was earlier in the video, and that's because we've probably worked about 120 hours since you guys last seen. We've made a lot of changes, we did a lot of things different, and we want to basically install this as we would so that we can take it for a test ride. You might also notice that I did complete the exhaust. This is actually just mocked up. I still have to finish welding it out tomorrow. But basically on the other set, it had this flange, but it wasn't molded to the belly pan. So if you look inside here, you'll see it should have this flange that the belly pan mounts to, as well as the supports on the bike, it'll go through as well here. We didn't have this on our last pre-production set. We were basically just seeing if it fit. So spoiler alert, it fits perfect. So now we went ahead and installed our final mounts. I want to take this stuff off because fast forward to, we're not using a lot of these threaded inserts. So if you look here, we're not going to be using a lot of these threaded inserts just because if customers are installing this and they go to cross thread it, we don't want them breaking, pulling them out. We want them to be a lot more robust and last a lot longer. So this is the new design, and basically everything on the kit we've made to be quick release. So now instead of putting a bolt through here, now it has quick release mounts. We also, this is our side mounts that hold the tank as well as the mid fairing of the upper. So we've got a lot of new goodies to install. So let's kind of start over again. We're gonna pull all this stuff back off, install the new parts, then we can do like a finalized assembly of the bike. All right, that is like the last missing piece of everything on the bike. Guys, I know it looks way different than what you just seen in the previous clip. We were trying to get this bike ready for Barber and racing with Wera. We wanted to do like a big reveal, but unfortunately, even after working 100 hours straight almost, it had to be perfect. So we went through and changed a lot of stuff. I didn't want to bore you guys with installing the same parts you've seen us put on and off a million times. These are just all final renditions and production parts that we'll have for the kits. All of these frame mounts are quick release. So this is our race bike. So that way you can take the fairings off literally in a couple minutes. You can have everything off this bike, easy to work on. I do want to give a bunch of shout outs though. Woodcraft clip-ons, Go-Go. We're running his super clamp and a lot of his parts on the bike. You can see we have the new Super Link and the SDR Race Evo new linkage on the bike. So shout out to Go-Go. Nice CNC, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful parts. The billet rear sets look great. You can see we have the billet sprocket cover. Shout out to Race Torques. They make our shift shaft support as well as our slide protection. And we have a special video coming that we're gonna be adding on one more thing. We got the GP brake ducts and the carbon fiber one-piece front fender, but I've teased you guys long enough. I know you wanna hear it and see the walkthrough of this crazy custom Moto GP exhaust. Before we let this thing rip, I want to give a shout out to Jordan at Tune Logic. He has stayed up late nights with us to get all of the tuning really dialed in on this bike, and we get to rip it. There's no check engine lights, everything. The bike runs absolutely amazing. right, so this is our fiberglass kit. It's super lightweight and flexible, but as you can see, it's your normal gray primer. You have to sand it and paint it, and we just couldn't reveal the bike, at least like that. So we sprayed it, and I think you guys are really gonna like the color. I'm just gonna switch it over to a time lapse. We're gonna install this bodywork, and you get to see the RC16 for the first time. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the first RC16 1390 Moto GP Replica. I know you guys are getting kind of like two unveils in the same episode, but we weren't just gonna leave it black. That was glorified black primer with matte clear on it. We wanna show you guys what the bike can actually look like. So we did our rendition of what we think the RC 1390 should look like. But before we do that, let's just take a step back. Let's take a stroll down memory lane and look at how far we've come. All the trials and tribulations that we've had to overcome to get to this point. When this started, we look back and exactly 333 days ago, on August 5th, 2025, we endeavored on this project that everybody knew and loved to become Project RC16. And look at where we started. This was a bone stock Superduke 1390, still had a fender on it, still had blinkers, and it was a glorified hyper naked upright bike. How are we gonna make this our own version of the Moto GP bike that we know and love and we see every Sunday on race day? How the hell were we gonna do that? And we made it happen. There was naysayers and there was people that were against us that were like, there's no way that this crazy redneck from BFE somewhere in Florida in the United States of America was gonna create something that could top even the best brands and the best bikes that have been built before. Well guys, I think we did a pretty damn good job. Let me introduce you to the real KTM RC 1390. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sorry, I've been working so hard and I caught a little sickness, so I'm trying to work through a cold, but seriously, everybody that's still here, that's been a part of this build, like, thank you guys so much. We did it. Us as the people, we have created it, and it is now here to stay. Thank you guys so much for coming along for the ride. If you wanna buy one of these kits, they are now live on jbells.com. You can buy it in primered, paint it and finish it out how you want, or you can buy it in painted graphics kit, full carbon fiber, dry carbon, however you want it. We have all different types of options for you guys to outfit your very own 3rd, 4th gen Superduke Moto GP bike. As always, it's been a pleasure. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we hope that you guys have a badass 250th Independence Day this weekend. Next weekend, we're going racing.